Am I rocking?
You rocking.
All right. So, oh, I like the sound of that. Danielle is holding the camera. So the king, I want to read Esther 7:1-10. So the king and Haman came to banquet with Esther the queen. Go back and look at chapter, was it 7? Go back and look at chapter 6. And then you'll understand how chapter 7 starts off like this. So Esther decided to invite Haman as well as her husband to the next dinner, which will be the last. I'm just going to tell you. And the king said again unto Esther on the second day at the banquet of wine, what is thy petition, Queen Esther? And it shall be granted you. And what is your request, girl? What you want? What's your petition? And then I'm going to give it to you. And it shall be granted you. And what is your request? And it shall be performed, even to half of the kingdom. So somebody said he was not serious about that, but that's what the word said he said. Then Esther the queen answered and said, if I have found favor in your sight, O king, and if it please the king, let my life be given me at my petition, and my people at my request. So my petition is, don't kill me, and my request is, don't kill my kinfolk. For we are sold, I and my people, to be destroyed, to be slain, and to perish. So somebody sold us, somebody want to kill us, and they want to wipe us off the face of the earth. But if we had been sold for bondmen or slave men or slave women, I would have kept my tongue. Although the enemy could not countervail the king's damage. In other words, the money that we were bringing in, you were going to lose all that. Then the king Ahasuerus answered and said unto Esther the queen, who is he, and where is he that does presume in his heart to do so? Who thinking about that? I mean, I'm just trying to say, who else? And Esther said, the adversary, the enemy, and the wicked man Haman. Then Haman was afraid before the king and the queen. Finally, Haman, all that he plotted against to kill people. Now, he spoke it. It had not been done yet, but it was in his heart to do it, which it was already done. He was just waiting on the opportunity to get it done. That's why Jesus said, if you think about stuff like that and you plot to do it in your heart, you are already guilty. Then Haman was afraid before the king and the queen, and the king, arising from the banquet of wine in his wrath, went into the palace garden, and Haman stood up to make a request for his life to Esther the queen, for he saw that there was an evil determined. He said, this man get ready to kill me. You ought to know. Then the king returned out of the palace garden, came back in the house, and to the place of the banquet of wine, and Haman was fallen upon the bed wherein Esther was. Then said the king, do you see this? Will he force the queen also before in my house? As the word went out of the king's mouth, they covered Haman's face. They covered his face. Well, stop it. And Harbona, one of the chamberlains, one of the guards, said before the king, behold also the gallows of 50 cubits high, which is about 75 feet off the ground, which Haman had made for Mordecai, who had spoken good for the king, stands in the house of Haman. Then the king said, hang him thereon. Use that one. So they hanged Haman on the gallows that he had prepared for Mordecai. Then was the king's wrath pacified. Haman had a busy day. Yesterday he was talking about he wanted to kill Mordecai. Got up early this morning, had the gallows built. Got up early this morning to go to the king to tell him that he wanted to kill Mordecai, but that didn't work out. Then before he got back home having to do the parade for recognizing Mordecai, then he got home back to his wife and the family and said, boy, imagine your wife telling you, baby, you messed up this time. She was the same one that with his friends telling him to go kill the boy. Anyway, and so Haman, the king, where am I? Anyway, where am I? Help me out, Daniel. Where I stopped at because I got off.
So his wife just told him.
Told him, and then that day And while she was speaking to them, they came and snatched him out of the conversation. And then the rest of his day, at the end of the day, before the end of the day, the man is dead. If you would like to know all of what I said, because today I'm kind of like freestyling, but at least what I think is freestyling. But in BrendaOnline.com is the rest of the story. Check it out. It's God looking out for his people. Peace.